Right, okay, so here we go. Surface area still. This time we're going to be looking at an English bond wall. Now, it doesn't really matter if it's English or Flemish because they're both one brick thick, so we've just said English bond, but it could be Flemish bond. Now, if I just do a little sketch by the side here and just show you, or just remind you of what we've already talked about. If we say that this is a square metre of brickwork, okay, so we're looking at a square metre brickwork here. Now, square metre brickwork, if that is in stretcher bond, I've mentioned this in the last two, but just to emphasise, repetition for emphasis, we've got 60 bricks per square metre. Now, English bond and Flemish bond are one brick thick walls. So we can see here that what we're going to be looking at in this calculation that we've got here now is English twice the width, so again we're going to be looking at 120 bricks per metre squared, and so on and so forth. If we find that we have a wall, which nowadays is highly unlikely, but years ago there were walls, English bond and Flemish bond, you could have found them a brick and a half. So just showing you the pattern of this, if you found a 1.5 brick thick wall, we'd be looking at 118 bricks per metre squared. So that's how we work out the surface area. So in English bond here we're going to be looking at 120 bricks per metre squared. So we're going to say that this wall is, if I just draw my dimensions on here, we're going to say that this wall is 1.5 metres tall, so 1.5 metres tall by 12 metres long. Okay, so again we know what the formula is. We're looking at length times the height. So the length we're looking at is 12 times 1.5 equals, again if we just bring our calculator into play and just cancel those from the last one. So what we're looking at is 12 multiplied by 1.5 equals, so we can see here we have 18 metres squared. As we said before, just underline that just to show that that is our total area, but then we want our 18 multiplied by, remember we're in English bond, so 120. So 18 multiplied by 120 equals. So for this wall we would want 2,160 bricks. Okay, that's for the one brick thick wall. So if that is English or if it's Flemish bond, that's how many bricks we would need for a wall of that size. Okay.